PrizePicks is having a huge promotion. Every single day of the playoffs, one PrizePicks user will have a chance at becoming a millionaire. If this interests you, sign up using code NBAGoober for a 100% deposit match up to $100. Link is in the description. Sup, dude? Standing at 6'8", 225 pounds with a 7'2" wingspan and a 42-inch vertical, Tracy McGrady was a monster on the basketball court. He was insanely athletic as well as skilled, making it a nightmare for the poor dude forced to guard him. Kobe Bryant has said multiple times that T-Mac was the hardest to guard out of anyone he's ever played against, which is a pretty high honor knowing that Kobe's guarded guys like KD, Allen Iverson, and Carmelo Anthony. Tracy McGrady scored the basketball effortlessly. No matter who was guarding him, he always seemed unaffected by their presence. On March 10th, 2004, his nonchalant volume bucket getting reached an all-time high. T-Mac and the Orlando Magic went up against the Washington Wizards and T-Mac sleptwalk in a 62 points. It looked like he wasn't even trying. Right here, T-Mac uses the screen, creates a little bit of space, and jerks one right into Christian Laettner's mouth. Right after that, he sets up shop in basically the same spot and drills another contested two. His smooth jumper paired with his size allowed him to easily shoot over top of whoever was guarding him. Here we see him do it again. He faces up this pipsqueak and pulls up like the little dude's not even there. He was also stroking that thing from deep. He hit 5 threes and all of them were tough as hell. T-Mac was before his time with the off the dribble pull-up three. In addition to putting up 62 points, that season he also led the league in scoring at 28 points per game. His efficiency wasn't the greatest. He only shot 42% from the field and 34% from three, but who cares? Efficiency is for nerds. Look how sick this long contested two is. That was the second time he led the league in scoring. The season prior, he was the scoring leader as well, averaging an absurd 32 points per game on better efficiency than in 2004. He shot 46% from the field and 39% from three. Throughout his whole career, this was his most efficient season. T-Mac ended up 4th in MVP voting after carrying a not-so-good Orlando Magic squad to the 8th seed. In the first round of the playoffs, they faced off against the Detroit Pistons and jumped out to a 3-1 lead behind T-Mac's absurd 36 points per game on 50% from the field and 40% from three. Feeling very confident, Tracy told the media, "It feels good to finally move on to the second round." Then in Game 5, T-Mac scored an inefficient 19 points and the Magic lost by 30. Then they lost by 15 in the next game. And then in Game 7, T-Mac shit the bed, shooting 7 for 24 and lost by 15, never making it to the second round. Fun fact, he actually never made it to the second round a single time in his career. This was because of many reasons, but mainly because T-Mac wasn't very clutch. For example, in the 2005 playoffs, McGrady and Yao got the Rockets up 2-0 against the Mavericks. Then Game 3 comes along, and Houston's up 8 with 9 minutes left. T-Mac checks into the game and proceeds to shoot 1 for 5, turn the ball over, and miss 2 free throws. They ended up losing by 4. In the next game, T-Mac shot 1 for 5 in the 4th, and they lost again. In the game after that, T-Mac missed 2 free throws and a game-tying shot, and they lose the 3rd game in a row. Game 6 was different though. T-Mac turned into a flamethrower, scoring 37 points and beating Dirk and the Mavs by 18. This heroic performance didn't matter at all though, because in Game 7, T-Mac choked again, shooting 10 for 26, and just like that, was bounced out of the first round. His shortcomings in the playoffs are in large part due to his dumb decision making. Back in 1997, T-Mac was drafted by the Raptors straight out of high school. The following season, the Raptors drafted his cousin Vince Carter. By 1999, Vince became an all-star and Tracy had his best season yet, averaging 15 a game. The two led Toronto to 45 wins in the playoffs for the first time in franchise history. They got swept 3-0, but it was a promising start for the young duo. Sadly, it wouldn't go any further than that because in 2000, T-Mac signed with Orlando because he wanted to play with Grant Hill and he was tired of playing second fiddle to Vince. In Orlando, he played fantastic. Like I mentioned earlier, he won back-to-back scoring titles, but he also won Most Improved Player in 2001, as well as 4 All-NBA selections and 4 All-Star selections. The problem with Orlando was Grant Hill was injured the whole time, so T-Mac didn't have much help. T-Mac even said that he regrets leaving Toronto because he felt there was no doubt with him and Vince paired together they could have been championship contenders. After he got sick of losing in Orlando, Tracy was traded to Houston in 2004, pairing up with young star Yao Ming. The year he was traded to Houston also happens to be the year Orlando drafted Dwight Howard, who the Magic ended up making making it to the finals with in 2009. In Houston, T-Mac had many memorable moments, but his most memorable moment came December 9th, 2004 when he scored 13 points in 33 seconds. With 37 seconds left on the clock, Houston's down by 8. T-Mac pulls a contested 3 and drains it. He then continues to pull contested 3s, refusing to miss, eventually nailing the game-winning shot with 1.7 seconds left to go. The dude was insane. During his time in Houston, he was an All-Star 3 times and made one of the All-NBA teams 3 times as well. He tried each year to make it past the first round but could never manage to do it. Eventually, injuries caught up to him and he was forced to retire by 34. At his peak, he was a taller Kobe Bryant who all opposing players feared. Dude was a bucket. You know who else is a bucket? Trae Young, and you can click right there to watch the video I made on him. Thanks for watching this one. Bye, dude.